to my base. If you don't know, Illuminati runs your whole family. We're living in the worst case scenario. We're living in the worst case scenario. We're living in the worst case scenario. Isaiah and John told us so, but you don't know. We're living in the worst case scenario. Isaiah and John told us so, but you don't know. We're living in the worst case scenario. We're living in the worst case scenario.
Shalom, giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And as you can see, the title of this video is We Are Living in the Worst Case Scenario. And why are we living in the worst case scenario? Because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. Therefore, the earth is not being ran with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on the right-hand side given by the Most High through his son, Yahushua, okay? Given to a chosen nation, which is the nation of Israel. And out of that nation, the elect in the latter days will return to those holy ways after we would see where sin had got us, man. We had to see the earth in this wicked state so that we can appreciate and understand, okay, the ways of righteousness and their importance in obedience unto those ways and their importance. All right, but we have surely felt and saw evil, all right, in preparation to be brought back to our glory as the judges of this earth, man. So we had to see this, okay? Wickedness had to have its reign and way in the earth, man. And that's all in prophecy when you read the scriptures, man. Okay, so the curse that has devoured the earth is that Esau, Edom, okay, Cain, a man who was cursed from the earth and now runs the earth. When we read in prophecy, we find out that Esau, Edom would have the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above, meaning he would run the earth, okay? And as the scriptures say, the earth has been defiled under the inhabitants thereof. And why is it defiled? Let's get that in the book of Isaiah 24. This is the book of Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, and you can hear and see the earth is mourning. If you can't see that, then you're not in the spirit. There is something wrong in the earth. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Okay, hard people are haughty, wicked, have evil intent, sick, messed up in the head, and they're languishing away. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Okay, now you can say, well, the earth is inhabited by many people. Well, who are the rulers and leaders of the earth? Okay, which government and moral and law code, okay, grips the earth? And what does it entail? Wickedness. Pedophile rings are being hidden and secretly covered up. Okay, anti-Messiah behavior is at the forefront of everybody's speech. Okay, GMOs, that is anti-Messiah. That's something that a lot of our people don't even really care about. Okay, GMOs, the altering of plants and the genes of fruits and things like that, man. And he's trying to do it to human beings, and he's doing it. So this man has ultimately destroyed everything, man. How do you single-handedly destroy everything? Now, the scriptures do say, as is the ruler, so are the people. So people are in a destructive state as well. But the inhabitants is ultimately speaking of the rulers of the earth. As the scriptures say, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. And what did they do? They have transgressed the laws, man. All right. As the scriptures say, he hates instruction, man. Let's get this real quick. The book of Psalms 50. Psalms 50 and around 16 or 15. Let's wait for it to load. And it says, Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked, and we know who the wicked are according to the scriptures, is Esau, Edom. What hast thou to the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Now here it is, they're saying that they are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, right? But look at the laws and the moral code that issues forth from these people. This is how we know the true Jews aren't in rulership. Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. And this is what you did when you said you were the chosen people. Seeing thou hatest instruction. Within the laws, within the covenants, within being chosen, there is a way to uphold and run the earth. There is a moral code that the people should abide by, that you should be at the forefront of pushing. Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and have been partaker with adulterers, as the scriptures say, the earth hast thou not judged with truth, man. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son, which are the Israelites. Speaking to you Edomites. Okay, embedded in the system of white supremacy or Edomite supremacy is the destruction of the character of you Israelites, man. And you've taken that and wore it as a culture. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and you're being reproved, starting with us. All right? You're being reproved, man. The scriptures say the Lord is going to come and reprove and rebuke the wicked inventions of you heathen, man, and set them in order before thine eyes, man. And we're being set in order right before your eyes, man. Okay? So going back here, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, man. And the everlasting covenant was given to the Israelites, man. Okay, you had the first covenant, and we're in a grace period in preparation to enter into the second covenant, in which those laws will be written in our inward part, man. But Esau has broken that. There's a land Sabbath. You aren't supposed to continuously drill into the land. You're supposed to let the land rest. Okay? But through the way that this man has ran the earth, a curse has devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left, man. And that's ultimately what this is going to lead to, man. Now, there's a land Sabbath where you are to allow the earth and the land to rest, man. There's a way to take care of the earth. You are not to mingle seeds. Okay? Unclean animals should not be eaten, so that it can create a ecosystem that is healthy, because everything depends on one another, man. Okay? You depend on a rat doing its job. You depend on a possum, a roach doing its job in the ecosystem. An unclean fowl. You depend on that in order to have a clean atmosphere, a clean earth. You depend on crabs and lobsters to clean the water. But in this world, those things are eaten in delicacies. You see? And this behavior has led to a destroyed earth. Now, this is Dabu 777, okay, which he puts out some good information. We're going to play this video. Plastic rain is now falling upon us, man. The atmosphere is absolutely destroyed, man. And then I'm going to play some of this video, which I wanted to upload, done by the priest Pashai, Assyrians DMV. Make sure you subscribe. And this brother is going to go into how Baal, which we know Baal it means Lord. It's a deity on the left-hand side. Okay, Satanism. Okay, through the spiritual demon Satan, Baal, Esau manipulates the vibration of the earth, chemtrails. Now, as you can see here, Esau automatically has information on contrails, because when you bring up chemtrails, there is a misconception and people start bringing up, no, those are contrails. Those aren't chemtrails. Well, this man is flying chemtrails and spraying them all over the earth day in and day out to destroy the atmosphere. Now, you haven't seen that much activity in the air since this COVID thing broke out. But ultimately, this is what they do. And why is that? So that they can block the sun, put chemicals and death in the air you breathe, and destroy the people, man. And that's what they want to do. They want to cut off the ordinances, okay, that are going to lead to health, man. And when you get the scriptures, real quick, Jeremiah 31, another reason they do a lot of this wickedness. Jeremiah 31, and I'll just hit to the point. In 35, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars by a light by night. You see, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is his name, man. Okay, and the sun is very important. And how do we eat the sun? How do we get vitamin D? Through plants. You see, the plants absorb the sun. You eat the plant. Okay, you are nourished. You are fulfilled, right? This man, by putting all of these chemicals in the air, he is trying to cut off and block the sun. Bill Gates was talking about that some years ago. We need to block the sun. It's doing this, it's doing that. You get cancer, stay out of the sun. You need the sun. This man is anti-life, man. All right. But the point is here, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel will also cease from being a nation before me forever. So if these Edomites, these heathen, are able to somehow cut off the ordinances of the sun and the moon and the stars, then the seed of Israel will cease from being a nation forever. This is why they are infatuated with going into the heavens, bombing the moon. Why would you want to shoot a missile at the moon? We want to see if there's water, just in case we run out of water on the earth. Why in the hell would you run out of water on the earth? You would have to be a complete demon to pollute and destroy the water that you need, chemicals all in the water, and then say, we're going to go get water from the moon. Let's see if there's water on the moon. Let's bomb it. And the Elamites did that as well, man. So they're infatuated with trying to cut off these ordinances so that you as the Israelites can cease from being a nation, man. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven can be measured, okay, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, saith Yahweh, man. And they can't do that. Now, in their documentaries, they try to act as if they got everything figured out about the heavens. You can't measure the heavens. They're continuously stretched out. Okay, you listen to Esau talk. They don't understand the earth fully. But they got the fatness of it. And to try to get understanding of it, they're destroying everything in sight, man, to cut off the blessing of the Israelites. And finally, before I move on, Proverbs, the 25th chapter, tells you this, that in the 3rd verse, the heaven for height and the earth for depth, and the heart of the king is unsearchable. Okay, so he's trying to, do something that he can't do. It's unsearchable. So the seed of Israel will always be here. And that's one of the scriptures that give us comfort, because the sun is out right now. I saw the moon the other day, or last night. It was out. So what does that mean? That the seed of Israel is still here on the earth, man, for anyone wondering how the pure seed of Israel can be here. You don't understand the power of the Lord. Now, I'm going to play this video, and then we'll get this brother's video, which Esau won't even let you download this video. Why? Because he's being exposed. He's being exposed to the point where he has to put information on videos, all right, to control your mind, man, to where he's being exposed, man. But the Lord is allowing this to happen, man. Now, I'm going to play this video.
Let's take a quick look here at what's happening in our atmosphere.
Hold up. Let me put that closer.
Our atmosphere. We've talked about the spreading of disease in the atmosphere and the dispersal of different agents. One of those key things has been the chemtrailing in the sky, which is now been admitted to. For the longest time, they wanted to deny it, and people said, "Oh, it's a."
Oh yeah, they wanted to deny it. They said it was a contrail, as you can see here on this video, contrail. I remember talking to a Jake about chemtrail. No, those contrail, man. I've been looking at that for years. I hear that it's conspiracy theory. Everything is a conspiracy theory now. But now all of these conspiracy theories have all of a sudden became true, and you still got Israelites talking about don't take heed to conspiracy theories. That's a way for the wicked to try to run away from the being exposed, man. Let's go back.
In our atmosphere. We've talked about the spreading of disease in the atmosphere and the dispersal of different agents. One of those key things has been the chemtrailing in the sky, which is now been admitted to. For the longest time, they wanted to deny it, and people said, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory," even though they could look right up in the sky and see
Right.
X's and everything else
Right.
all across the sky. So finally they come out and they admit it. And they say, "Oh yeah, we're aerosol spraying. We're using different things, different metals to try to reflect the sun back from the earth because of all this global warming." Is what they were saying. But there's barium and all these other metals that can break down the body and do damage to the body being used in these compounds. Now we've talked about Morgellons.
Now we know that they have a depopulation agenda, man. You see all of these cancer. You see in the ancient world, they didn't have cancer and all of these various diseases. These diseases did not enter into the earth until Esau Edom was able to spread his way all throughout the earth. What is the book of the Maccabees, first Maccabees? Now, in this world, the Greeks are heralded as these great people. Civilization started with the Greeks this. But the scriptures directly tell you that when they came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth, man. Evils were multiplied in the earth. And that's why they don't want you to get into that Apocrypha, because it tells you that the Greeks are Edomites and that they were wicked.
Tiny little fibers that also get dispersed throughout the air. People find them in their water and food and all this other stuff all over the place. So we are literally getting rained on by tons of microplastics. They say that the equivalent here is that of 120 to 300 million plastic water bottles
Oh,
that
Lord.
fall upon the U.S. every year.
And the U.S. is the most toxic, China is all messed up too because of, what's that called? I forget the name of it, but there's all sorts of toxins in China and India. This earth is ultimately defiled. The Industrial Revolution, which was started by Esau during colonization, man, has produced nothing but filth in the earth, man. Okay? Technology is producing nothing but filth in the earth. Our kingdom will not produce filth, man. There is a better way, and you Israelites want this world to be forwarded and continue. You're out of your goddamn mind, man.
So these findings were just published in a peer-reviewed journal, and the article is labeled "Plastic Rain in Protected Areas of the United States," and they're focusing in on some of the national parks and areas that are supposed to be staying pristine without any chemical intrusion, so to speak. There's no factories nearby or anything like that, so they're going there and collecting, seeming that it's the most pristine. So they thought. Now they get there and they find out that tons of plastic is raining down, and a lot of it being so small that people don't see it or realize it.
And we even drinking out of plastic. That is an abomination, man. We got to get the hell up out of here, man. You shouldn't be drinking out of plastic. We should be drinking out of copper, glass, gold. That's what Solomon and them did. You see? That's what the earth is going to return to, man. When we get in power, we're going to show you heathen how to live.
But this is what's happening. It's affecting.
But you have a high IQ. You're so smart. You're so better than everybody. You heathen look down on us, but look at how you run the earth.
Us, the animals, the environment, all together.
And this not only destroys us, it destroys the trees, the animals, which this kingdom don't care about the trees, man, and the animals. Trees are very important. They filter the air. They promote peace. You notice you go to hoods, there ain't much trees. Okay, the scriptures even tell you in the law, when you go to war against a land, okay, you're not supposed to destroy all of the trees, man. Let's see. For tree is the life of man, right? Yep. Deuteronomy 20:19. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time and making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, but thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life. Not only is it good for fruit and food, but it filters the air. It gives you a clear head. That's why when you go into nature, you're in a better spirit. You see, but you go into Jake's neighborhood, Esau Edom makes sure that no trees are around, and he goes all around the earth chopping down trees for fun. Now, some trees are to be chopped down because they're good for wood, they're good for burning. But this devil chops all of the trees. That's why when you get Isaiah, the 14th chapter, when Esau falls, the king of Babylon, the oppressor, when he ceases, when the Lord cuts the staff of the wicked, the earth is going to rest, man. Verse 7. And we got lessons on Isaiah, the 14th chapter. If you want me to put the link, just put a comment up and I'll put it in the, I'll send it to you. It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us, man. And the fir tree is what is known today as the Christmas tree, which they cut down by the millions annually for the purpose of idol worship. Okay, cedar trees. All right, beautiful wood. Beautiful smells, man. So this kingdom just totally disrespects the earth. Now that word for feller is what? Karath, to cut down, to cut off, to cut out. And this devil goes around the earth just cutting down trees. He even got shows that he just, on a Discovery Channel, on a Nature Channel, where he's just cutting down trees for fun, man, to be cut down. He's just cuts down trees for fun, man. We need those trees. So that feller is you Edomites, man. You demons, man. And this is why the scriptures say, before I get the brother's video, this is crazy, man. Can't lose weight. Always got headaches, body aches and ailments. You eating all of these fruits, there's no nutrition in them, no seeds in them. This is the worst case scenario, man. 2nd Esdras 11. And 44, the highest have also looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended. This is speaking of that fourth beast in Daniel, the 7th chapter. And his abominations are fulfilled, and that little horn that came from it, which is Babylon the Great, the NATO, the EU. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, which Esau exalts himself as the eagle, nor thy terrible wings, horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, which are those rulers, man. And this is how Esau spreads wickedness throughout the earth through the rulers of the earth, man. Okay? Through his priesthood on the left-hand side, man, who do the bidding of Satan on the earth. That all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment, okay, and mercy of him that made her, man. The earth is supposed to bring forth fruit. That's why she's likened unto a woman. Okay? But this earth, under this devil's rulership, is not issuing forth its strength. Why? Because of the way that it's being ran, man. And this is just one part of it. But now they want to talk about Earth Day, man. So I'm going to go ahead and play some of this brother's video because I couldn't upload it, re-upload it. And these are the type of videos that don't get many views, man. But when you listen to what this brother is going into, man, all Israel should know this, man. This man is an absolute and complete demon. So I'm going to let the brother break it down. And Lord willing, I'll be right back with some precepts, and then we'll shut it off.
The elect, and what you see before you is the name Baal, okay, from the periodic table. And Baal is a demon. Okay, we're going to get into that. And Baal is a god, which is actually the god of this world. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which is a demonic force, a demonic presence. And also, too, through the periodic table, you have barium and aluminum. And these are two key elements in which you know today as chemtrails. Okay? The chemtrails, what they spray in the morning, they spray at night. Okay?
You see it. Barium, aluminum is Ba on the periodic table. All, Baal. They're spraying Baal in the air, man, on your ass.
The chemtrails, what they spray in the morning, they spray at night. Okay? And what I did was, I just looked it up. But you got this guy here, all right? James Franklin Lee. Okay, it's a climate viewer. You know, he does a diligent search on, you know, certain things that revolve around climate change and, you know, the environment itself. All right, and I just only watched a few minutes of it, but as you can see here, let me see if I could. Yep, you can see here, he's talking about the chemtrails, and he was basically explaining that Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man, has been shooting barium and aluminum into space for the past 60 years. Okay, that's spiritual, man. You know? So inevitably, you are the devil, man. You so-called white people are the devil, man. And this proves it, man. Because you know, only, and let me say this too, only by the spirit and power of Satan, you're able to do, this is deep, deep, deep witchcraft, man. For them to be able to align the periodic table, right, along with the spiritual demon Satan and the name Baal. Okay? If this ain't evidence that the so-called white man is the devil, that he's Esau, Edom, then I don't know what to tell you, man. All right? Because this is crazy, man. Now, what also proves that, you know, I'm going to get into some scriptures real quick. What also proves is that he's the devil, because these elements, because when we hear these elements, you see these elements, we automatically think negative of them because of the way it's been used and produced on the earth today, like barium or aluminum. Okay, aluminum is not a bad product. It's an element from the earth. Okay, now, just like anything else that's on the earth, it's been tampered with. It's been made negative to the body, man. All forms of natural things, okay, things that are supposed to be useful to man, all right? And this is what the scripture says, Sirach 39:26. The principal things of the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and blood of grape, and oil, and clothing. And you can take each one of these elements or each one of these products and you examine it the way it's being used today, it's all wicked.
Man, you eat some wheat. Wheat today gives you inflammation, messes you up. Milk, a lot of brothers can't even drink milk. I can't even drink milk. I had to give up cheese, and it's good, but I can't. It tears me up. But the scriptures talk about the land of milk and honey, man. Wine. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah 24 that they shall not drink wine with a song, man. You drink wine nowadays, you get a headache, you get tired, you get depressed. You see? Oil is all tainted and messed up. Clothing is all altered and messed up. The stones. Here it is. When you get into stones and burning frankincense, what do people say? You're a witch. When, yeah, witches use that on the left-hand side, but those things have benefits on the right-hand side, man.
All right? For the most part, it's all wicked, I'll say. You know? The water, it has fluoride in it.
Oh,
okay?
boy.
Fire, okay? You know, the so-called white man uses fire to destroy nations and put people in subject to his ideology. Iron, okay? That's what they use to make them weapons. And salt.
Yep.
Just like most people use the iodized salt, okay? A lot of people are not, well, people are being more hip to it because the knowledge and the information is coming out about pink salt, about sea salt.
Black
all right?
salt,
But
yep.
for longest, we've been using iodized salt. Okay? It says flour of wheat. Okay? Which now you have what? Gluten. Everything is gluten. Gluten, which gluten is nothing but a glue that they use in wheat products.
Destroy your insides.
Honey, or distilled honey.
All
Milk,
messed up.
don't get me started with that. All the mucus, the blood of grape. A lot of the wine that we drinking is fugazi.
Oh,
Certain
man.
brothers get headaches from drinking some of the wine.
Oh,
Oil, using vegetable oil
oh man.
You
Crisco.
know? Instead of using olive oil, as the scriptures talk about.
Then you try to go organic, and that's even tainted and all messed up.
And then when you buy the oil in the store, right? It comes in plastic. It comes in aluminum. Instead of them just making it in a glass, in a dark glass, how olive oil is supposed to be delivered, they use it. In order for them to process it and ship it out easier, and for it to cost less to ship out, they put it in these particular containers to save money, as opposed to just using glass, a natural product. All right, it says in clothing, and when all the clothing that you buy, you go to the stores, putting chips in the clothing. All right, that's for one. For two, the clothing that we wear has mixed fabric. Right? It says all these things are good to the godly, meaning what? If these things were used by the righteous, by the Israelites in righteousness, according to the law, statutes, commandments, it would be good. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. You see? So you so-called white man, you're the sinner of the earth. You're the son of perdition, the son of destruction. That's why the scriptures talk about what? Lest those days come, except what? The man of sin be revealed. All right, in 2 Thessalonians, I believe it's the second chapter. It talked about the man of sin being revealed, and you're being revealed through your works. And your works is through what? The works of Satan, man. All right? And this proves it. Okay? This image here of Baal, barium, and aluminum, okay, proves it. Because you spray these chemtrails day and night, man. And these chemtrails, they get into the minds. We have to breathe that. It goes into the food. Okay? It goes into the water. Yet this man ain't the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's why the scripture says what? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? You so-called white people you Edomites,
That's right.
by process of elimination, are the ones controlling the earth and the elements on the earth to this day.
That's right. That's true rulership when you control the elements. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So you ask yourself, what would Satan do if he was walking the earth? Well, look at the works of the devil. Look at the works of the Esau. With all power and signs and lying wonders, man. And that lying wonder is pseudos, man. Everything is altered. Everything is left hand. Everything is sleight of hand, man. Intentional falsehood. Conscious and intentional falsehood. He knows he's lying. His right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Whatever is not what it seems to be. Perverse, impious, deceitful precepts, man. Which that's what they run the world with, man. When they swearing on the Bible, they're doing it through witchcraft, man. They don't rule the earth with any of the moral code of righteousness, man. And it's time for you to wake up, to speak deliberate falsehoods. That's how they forward themselves, man. Through poisoning, man. Through toxic means, man. They are parasites. Parasites thrive in what? Filth. They're able to create all of this filth and still survive. But look what it does to you Israelites, man. And you want to stay here. You want this system to continue to go. Your leaders talking about vote for Bernie Sanders. Vote, man. You need to be crying unto the Heavenly Father to destroy this place, man.
All right? Until Yahweh Shai comes back to deliver us.
That's right.
You're going to be running on a rampage and using these elements to kill us in the name of your God, the spiritual demon Satan.
That's right. But
Okay?
man.
Let me get this real quick. Better yet, read this, because through this image and through this barium oxide, you were able to, the barium and aluminum that you spray in the air, you're able to manipulate the minds of the people to worship your ideology, to worship the image of the beast. Okay? But that's why you have the elect, the 144,000, who are going to stand up and fight this image.
That's right. That's right.
Spiritually fight this image. Okay? And I'm going to prove it. All right? But first, let's get this scripture. This is Romans chapter 11. All right? Verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite. This is Paul speaking, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What ye not, what the scriptures saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets. Yeah, because you have the enemies of our people, starting with the so-called white man, being influencing our people, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You forgot your way.
Right. That's why they come up against us. Okay? Even him, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, let me finish it, whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So they're going to be against our message and come against us along with the wicked. Okay, because their deeds are wicked, man. And they've been deceived into thinking that this is life, man. When they're being destroyed, man. You got to think about your children on down the line. We're legacy minded. Our children on down the line won't survive in an earth like this. We'll all be dead. Going back to the original scripture that I had, and we'll end it off on that one. I'll play a little bit more of this brother's video, but we'll end it off ultimately on the days shall be shortened, man. No flesh will be saved, man. I like this one better in Mark, the 13th chapter.
All right? Because you chose to follow the ways of Esau, Edom, the devil, the so-called white man. right? And it says, and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. And this is what Elijah was saying. Okay? Elijah was saying, look, my own people want to kill the prophets. In the name of what? In the name of Satan. And that's why it says what here? But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed to the knee of the image of Baal. And you see it right there, man. All right? That's why the scriptures tell you through tumults, through imprisonments, it says, who can lay to the charge the very elect? As Paul said there, he said, I'm convinced that neither death, all right, neither nothing on this earth can separate the elect and the love of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
That's right.
So your barium and aluminum is not going to stop the elect from worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Your gimmick.
That's what he wants. He wants to cut off the spiritual, man. He's trying to cut us off from our power, man. And he's done it through entertainment. He's done it through the food. You are what you eat. He's made sure all of the food that's readily available to you where you're heavily populated is defiled, man. Even when it says organic, it's all defiled. Everything's defiled. The medicine's defiled. It's not true medicine. Okay? The music, there's frequencies in the music that program you to do evil and be evil and go against the Lord. This is the world we live in, man.
Your false narrative that you play on the minds of these people, and you're able to do it through the chemtrails.
Right.
Okay? This barium and aluminum through Baal.
Baal, man.
Okay? It says what?
Baal in that ass.
Let me go to Baal and see what it says. The supreme male divinity of the Phoenician and Canaanite nations, as Ashereth was the supreme female divinity.
Now we did the video on what's this guy's name? Nimrod, and we understood that they worshipped a chief deity by the name of Anu. It's all Satan at the end of the day. But he was a lord. He was Baal of his day. That same energy is back here today, man. The thing is, these nations, these heathen, they didn't seek to destroy the earth like you Edomites did. You took all of what they did and you took it and put it on a whole nother level, man. Because see, the Egyptians were idol worshippers. They worshiped the Nile River, you know, but the end result, they took care of it. You see, that's why the Lord, when he made it, turned it into blood, that really messed them up because they worshiped that river, man. But you Edomites, you don't give a damn about nothing, man. And everything is in a destructive state.
Okay? The supreme male divinity of the Phoenician and Canaanite nation, because all these nations, all these nations have their own gods. All their gods go back to the Canaanite deities.
That's right.
To what the Canaanites were worshiping. Okay? And the top devil or the top god is Baal, man.
Baal. God
or
damn.
Baal. You'll see that as well. That's why when you read 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, it said, what communion have righteousness with Baal or with Baal? Okay? Because the rest of the world is under this vibration. And you use these chemtrails. Yo, this is spiritual wickedness in high places, man.
I'm going to just go ahead and let it play out.
All right? This is straight up spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Ephesians 6 and 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And this is one of the wiles of the devil. Him wilding out and spraying this every morning, noon, and night on the four corners of the earth. In the name of this fucking God. But we're the crazy ones. Right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Yeah, principalities is what? The princes. The higher ups. That's what a principality is, man. Against powers, meaning what? Against different gods against rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Only by the spiritual demon Satan, the so-called white man, is able to conjure up these elements, put it together, put it in a periodic table to spell out the top demon or the top god of this world. This is ludicrous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man. That's why Paul said at first, said, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, man, and in the power of his might. Why? Because this devil has a great stronghold or has great power in this society, in this world. So we have to acknowledge the true power, which is in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Makes sense. Wherefore, take thou unto the whole arm of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand.
That's true. You calling on God and Jesus Christ, that ain't gonna get it. Those names are directly tied. Okay, because yeah, God, it just means power. Okay, you could say God, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to call the Most High by his name, man, and his son. Okay, call not on the names of these other gods, man, because there's a vibration attached to Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with you, Israelite in 2020, Hebrew Israelite with a full beard and a Hebrew name calling on Jesus Christ, man? That's why you all don't mind this world continuing.
Stand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, because Esau Edom wants to knock us down. He's physically trying it, and he's also spiritually trying it, because when you spray these chemtrails, it not only weakens you physically, but it weakens your spirit.
That's right, it messes you
It
up.
calcifies your pineal gland, which is basically your spiritual antenna. But see, that's why the blood of Yahweh Shai is supreme, because we're able to overcome this devil through the victory that was won in Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago. All right? Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Machakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom Labaquarium, peace to the elect, Shalom.
I think the brother has some more here. Aluminum.
3 times higher since NATO switched from JP5 to JP8. So there's a huge increase in aluminum. Hilarious. Barium are estimated to be present in the parts per million. But the way this is going to be recorded for posterity and available on climateviewer.com in perpetuity. But regardless, I want to update some of this information. So, is there aluminum and barium coming from planes? Yes. Even the IPCC has a special section on metal particles coming out of planes. And they say things such like aluminum, titanium, chromium, iron, nickel, and barium are estimated to be present in the parts per billion by volume at the nozzle exiting the planes. And this is based on 2 estimates from 1975. Pretty pathetic. Yeah. So I went to the US EPA and I complained about just that, metal particulates coming out of planes and how they make clouds, and they were not too happy about that. Brought some of my friends with me. You should watch the video. It's hilarious. But just in the jet fuel, we
Aluminum, you see that 144 right there, huh? Interesting.
do see that aluminum is present. Barium is present. Aluminum is 3 times higher since NATO switched from JP5 to JP8. So there's a huge increase in aluminum alone.
Intentional falsehood. But, that's pretty much it, man. We'll, they're trying to replace Abba, Abba Father with Baal, man. They're trying to overcome what is, man, through carnal means. This is Mark 13:20. And except the Lord have shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake whom he have chosen, those days he have shortened. The days, man. So artificial intelligence, chemicals, and all of these things are a false messiah that's destroying everything, man. So with that, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Hopefully you all edified. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.